Hello. Hello, hello. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Friday so far. Happy RE9 release day. Everybody's playing Resident Evil 9. And I'm not even done with Resident Evil 3. It's going to be a while before we play that game. Well, just gives me... I have to avoid spoilers for so long. It's fine. We'll get there eventually. I wanna take my time. I wanna enjoy the story of Resident Evil, so I understand when it comes to the end, what they're talking about and all these things. Yeah. But from what I've not like watched a lot. I have peeked at people's I have looked at a stream for a couple seconds and it looks pretty good. I've seen just like some clips that don't have any context or anything. Like gameplay. Oop, I just hit my mic. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, my bad. Don't mind me just messing with my microphone, it's fine. Yeah, hope everybody's having a wonderful day. We are back again, streaming more Paranormasight, the Mermaid's Curse. I am excited for this game. I don't think... Is there any warnings for this game? Was there like a photosensitivity warning? I cannot remember. I don't see anything. I don't think there was any warning on this game. I don't remember if it said in the beginning if there was a photosensitivity warning, but we're back playing. And I need to get back into remembering the voices for these characters. Yay. Okay, let's see. This is the... What character is this? Yumiko. Oh, no, I don't. Oh, it's her. Okay. I have to remember the voice I did for her. Yes, I hear you've been doing some, under-the-table research into immortality. And? So what if I am? Well, now, wouldn't have expected you to be such a dreamer. It does make you a bit more relatable. You can laugh all you want. What's it got to do with the police, anyway? It seems, on this particular occasion, it has quite a bit to do with the police, unfortunately. You don't say. Alright, now we can move around. His splendid gardens all fall within the grounds of Mr. Yamashina's Issei City estate. Part of me wonders why he needs so much space when he doesn't have a family. I suppose he has an image to maintain. There we go, that's the voice that I did for her. I have to kind of fall into the voices again when I take breaks. People like Yamashina have a tendency to underestimate me whenever I meet with them alone. Having someone intimidating like Soto with me gets them to take me more seriously. I'm glad he's here with me today. Oh, this is very loud in my ears. I have to turn it down. Whenever I stream, I have to turn my headphones down. I'm amazed we were able to get an appointment with him this quickly. Yes, and all thanks to Detective Ide. It would seem he's quite the capable fellow. Yeah, that's good. Are there any bird sticker? Bird sticker! Yay! Another bird sticker! If there's collectibles, I'm gonna be collecting them. That's how it works. Every game I play, if there's collectibles, I'm collecting them. Unless they're, like, ridiculous to get. This is Yoshiatsu Yamashina. He's a tycoon with multiple properties and companies to his name, mostly based here in Ise-shima. He's long been rumored of being involved in various shady dealings. Special Investigations has had an eye on him for a while now, but they haven't managed to find any concrete evidence so far. Seems he's an act for pinning the blame on his subordinates before finding a way to slip away. Needless to say, he and the police are quite familiar with each other at this point. I don't doubt he has local police chiefs and politicians under his thumb behind the scenes. There's no need for me to get involved in all that. I'll be satisfied as long as I get the information we need from him. I'll get straight to the point. I believe you took a mermaid corpse into your possession this morning. What? That corpse is linked to an ongoing case. I came here to ask you to release it into police custody.
No idea what you're on about.
Of course. You will get something in return. I have some information I'm sure you'll find quite profitable in exchange.
Like I said, no idea what you're on about. If that's all you came here for, then scram!
Oh, pity. I really thought you'd be interested in what we had to share. Assuming you really are interested in immortality. Well, I suppose we barely know each other. It's only natural that you'd be wary of our intentions. What do you say to a little chat to get to know each other better, Mr. Unkakudono? Apparently he wears the crested hakama every day. Not exactly casual wear for most people. Wearing something like that in this summer heat, that's commitment to keeping up appearances. By the way, you're quite well connected around these parts, if I'm not mistaken. This doesn't have anything to do with what we came here to talk about. But I was wondering if you happen to recognize the person in this sketch. It seemed he lived in the Ise-shima area around 6 years ago.
Nope, never seen him.
That face! Why? I assume you'd heard the news about the old human bones found on the seabed? This is a sketch of one of the victims from that case. You sure you have no idea who it could be?
Best I've heard of it, actually. Got no interest in things that have nothing to do with me.
Alright. I hear you've been putting quite a bit of effort into training up the younger generation recently. What's your take on today's youth?
Useless, a lot of them. Bunch of pushovers that have let all this new generation try to get to their heads. We're the ones who built this country back up after the war, but they're out there strutting around like they own the place, far too big for their britches.
My, what a scathing review! Would our resident member of the new generation like to comment at all?
Please don't call me that.
I hear you've been searching for a successor, though. Given your strong opinions on the matter, I take it that you're struggling. Oh, I could see why. That could lead to a desire for immortality. After all, there's no need to cede your legacy to someone else if you can remain at the reins yourself,
That might have been true when I started my research.
Oh? I take it isn't the case now.
I'm no spring chicken. The thought of living for hundreds of years like this ain't exactly appealing anymore. Don't see much point in immortality if I'm already long past my prime.
Well, it certainly is different from the rumors. My apologies for jumping to conclusions. You have my wholehearted agreement that immortality doesn't necessarily bring happiness, though. Let me clear up one more thing while we're at it.
Oh wait, that was... Let me clear up one more thing while we're at it. I've already decided on my successor.
Oh?
Turns out the perfect candidate was right under my nose the entire time. I haven't told them yet, but they're a sharp one. They'll do a fine job.
Is that so? I'm glad to hear it. I suppose that would mean that you no longer have any need for immortality, then.
Who said I wasn't still interested? It simply has nothing to do with my successor. I still intend on continuing my research for...
Hello?
Air husband.
Yeah. Love you. You got me a drink.
For medical advancement, you understand? Think of it as doing my bit for society. You lot are always quick to assume the worst of whatever I do. How about you mind your own business for a change?
Well, there's not much more we can say to that. I'll try to be more discerning from now on.
By the way, you're obviously not just some run-of-the-mill cop. Who are you?
Why, I believe I mentioned it when I introduced myself. I'm simply just a housewife.
A likely tale. Plus that fellow next to you also got a strange air about him. He's no ordinary person, is he? Oh, that face! Not happy.
My, observant of you. I suppose you could say that, yes.
Doesn't take a genius to see it. One of them phony psychic types, are you?
Phony.
Hit a nerve, did I? There are far too many of your kind around lately. Cozying up to those in power by feeding them a bunch of nonsense? Liars and cheaters, all of you.
You seem to have quite the chip on your shoulder about this, Mr. Yamashina.
Don't know if it's because of this occult craze going on, but I've seen far too many folks get taken in by that trope.
Cult craze, spiritual phenomena, supernatural, aliens, cryptids, lost civilizations, extrasensory perception. The list goes on. Such unexplainable phenomena are quick to take on a life of their own. Plesiosaur named Nessie, living in Loch Ness. Sightings of mythical creatures like the Tsuchinoko or Hibagon. I cannot pronounce that. The urban legends of the Kuchisake Onna and Hanako-san. Television reports of spoon-bending physics documentaries featuring spirit photography and UFOs that become the talk of the school the next day. These are only a few examples of stories that have captivated the public's interest. Magazines specializing in paranormal phenomena continue to thrive with no end to the craze in sight.
That Wakamura over on Kamishina's one of them. Talk about a waste of potential.
Wakamura?
Can't say I care much about who you are anymore. You going around with some phony psychic tells me all I need to know. How dare you!
Soto, calm down. He can think what he wants. Who might this Wakamura be?
Wakamura? He's one of my proteges. He's the one currently in charge over on Kamishina. Used to have high hopes for that one. But that changed when he came under the thrall of some phony sorcerer in Tokyo.
Phony sorcerer in Tokyo?
You heard right. since then, there's been no end to his nonsense. Buying properties out in the mountains, changing company names, all because of something the sorcerer whispered in his ear. He even told me the layout of my house was unlucky, tried to get me to renovate the place. Just recently, he was going on about some curse causing a big storm. That sort of rubbish.
Storm caused by a curse, you say?
Even said the storm 5 years ago was caused by the same curse. He's been trying to wheedle me into helping him find some way to stop it. But I'm done with him and his ramblings. Man's clearly lost a cause. Clearly a lost cause. He'll be coming over here tomorrow morning, but I'm thinking it's time to have someone else take the reins over on Kamishina.
I see. So even though you believe in immortality, you refuse to associate with anything to do with the occult.
And you do? I think it's someone claiming to be a cop would have more sense than that. How are you meant to solve crimes if criminals can just pull out curses left and right?
You won't find me disagreeing there. So, what exactly has this Wakamura been saying about this curse?
Well, if I remember, why don't you go to Kamishima and ask the man yourself?
Maybe we will. Thank you for the information. Is there anything you can tell us about the phony sorcerer this Wakamura is so devoted to?
Wakamura went on about how there's some big shot who appeared on television. I never heard of him. As I said, just ask him yourself.
Of course. I'll be sure to do so.
I've already chosen my successor. No need to harp on about it anymore. Already written up my will and passed it off to my lawyer. You be sure to let your friends at the police know, too. That's probably, yeah, okay.
There is one thing I should warn you about. Eating the flesh of that mermaid you found won't grant you immortality.
What would you know about that?
Well, you know, one hears all sorts of things in this day and age. I don't know where it came from, but there seems to be a legend that eating mermaid flesh will grant one immortality. All I wanted to say is just that a legend. It has no basis in reality at all.
How can you be so sure?
Just think about it. If that legend were true, wouldn't it be strange that no confirmed immortals have ever been found?
Yeah? Who's to say they aren't just living in hiding?
The legend of Yao Bikuni is passed down in over 100 places across Japan, yet not a single verifiable immortal has ever been found to show for it.
You mean to say all these legends were fake? Please. If even just one of these tales is true, there's always the chance there's an immortal hiding away somewhere.
I see. You really are quite the dreamer, aren't you?
I figured you were trying to bluff me out of that mermaid corpse for some reason or other. But now I'm sure of it. The thing's hiding some sort of secret, isn't it? Something you don't want me to find out.
The face. Sometimes things change, so I'm just checking. So you admit you have the mermaid corpse, then? Oh, don't worry. I assumed as much from the start. If I'm not mistaken, that mermaid was in a sort of mummified state, no? I doubt you'll be eating it as it is. Surely there's no harm in handing it over.
So you can hog it for yourself? You won't fool me that easily.
You don't think that a rare specimen like that ought to be placed in the care of a proper research institute?
I'm saying I'll get a specialist research institute to study it. Problem solved.
I suppose so.
I'll make sure that mermaid gets studied properly. Don't you worry about that.
Thought something changed. I think we have to talk to Soto. I'm amazed we were able to get an appointment with him this quickly.
Shit.
Yes, and all thanks to Detective Ide. It would seem he's quite the capable fellow. After looking into the corpse of the mermaid found earlier this morning, it seems highly likely that it was taken into the custody of Mr. Yamashina here. He's quite the big shot around here, with plenty of weight to throw around both politically and financially. Of course, all the local police know of him, and his moniker, Kakudono. We had to get one of the higher-ups to act as an intermediary to even get a meeting with him. Personally, I'm happy as long as we can get the mermaid corpse back from him. Well, I certainly won't complain if he can tell us anything about the curse as well. I hear he's quite the curmudgeon, so we'll have to watch our step when dealing with him. How about this, then? If you agree to give up the mermaid, we'll tell you what we know in return. For someone who doesn't seem to believe in the occult, you seem awfully fixated on this mermaid and immortality. That suggests to me you found something you consider quite conclusive.
Ah, what are you on about now?
Well, I happen to know a bit more about mermaids than most people.
Are you sure?
It's fine. I had the opportunity to do some research into them a while back, you see.
You don't say. And?
Well, mermaids do indeed have the ability to grant a human immortality.
Ha! I knew it!
More precisely, individuals granted immortality in the way are known as 800-year-old immortals.
So they have a lifespan of 800 years.
That's right. As the name suggests, they gain 800 years of remaining life. During this time, they won't age a day, and even if they die, they'll resurrect immediately.
Sounds like a real blessing.
No, I'm afraid it's anything but. One who defies the very laws of nature like that is no longer human. They're an anomalous being that should not be allowed to exist. As such, our position requires that any such individuals be found or dealt with as swiftly as possible. Indeed, his immortality was originally a curse mermaids placed upon humans.
Curse?
Immortality is neither a blessing nor salvation for the living. It's a curse that robs them of the ability to die. None of those who have become 800-year immortals have found happiness. Not one. It renders their living among other humans impossible, and makes them an outcast from society. Of course, there are a few years at first when life will be tolerable. But after that, every meeting ends in parting. You outlive whomever you love or are loved by. Even if you find acceptance, it will only be for a time. You'll always be shunned eventually. You'll experience this over and over for 800 years. 800 years unable to die, with loneliness as your constant companion. This is why many see no other recourse than a life of monastic seclusion, just as Yao Bikuni did.
I suppose that makes sense. Still, there'll always be those who seek immortality. Always have, always will be.
You think so? I, for one, struggle to see the appeal. In any case, there are also certain conditions that must be met for this curse of immortality to be effective. Eating mermaid's flesh alone isn't enough to make you an 800-year immortal.
Oh? And what exactly are these conditions?
Sorry to disappoint, but I'm not aware of the specifics there myself.
800-year-old immortal!
Person who has gained an 800-year lifespan after being cursed by a mermaid. Someone who ingests part of the body of a mermaid that meets certain conditions will be cursed and become a being known as an 800-year immortal. Once cursed, the individual's own body is lost, and a provisional body is reconstructed using parts of the mermaid ingested as a medium. What? Your body is gone? Huh. Their soul is then transferred to this provisional body, which they are able to control as if it were their own, with their consciousness presiding over both their soul and body from the head. As such, they could already be considered to be more spirit in nature than human. So do they look like their old selves? Or do they look totally different? If the individual is fatally wounded or contracts an illness that results in their death, their body will instantly be restored to its default state. Guess they're ahead of the game. Hi, Rev. How are you? How's your day going? I'm having a wonderful day so far. Playing more Paranormasight. In the event they lose any body parts, their heart will treat the largest remaining part of them as their main body and regenerate any lost parts from there, with the removed parts subsequently vanishing. This even occurs in the event that the lost body part is the head. However, these individuals heal from non-fatal wounds at only a slightly faster rate than their bodies would be capable of naturally. Oh, well that's not great. As these people feel physical sensations and pain to the same extent as they would have in their original body, it's extremely difficult to tell whether an individual is an 800-year immortal or not unless they die, even for the individual themselves. The lifespan of this provisional body is 800 years from the time of its creation, due to the individual's original body already being lost. Not even the mermaid responsible for the original curse is able to dispel it. The individual will only see the end of their long life once 800 years have passed. Wow. Either... Doing good, still doing spoilers, but I want to go see Scream 7. Either Resident Evil 9 or Scream. No problem. I'm excited for Resident Evil 9. I don't know. I feel like there's so many Scream movies. I'm not really interested in seeing the new ones, to be honest. But I can say this much, at least. The mummy you have in your possession is no mermaid.
Huh? Bullshit! Ain't no way that's anything other than a mermaid!
What I mean to say is that mummy is a different being from the mermaid who wield the curse. Not all half-fish, half-human beings are mermaids, you see. In fact, calling them all by the same name is what leads to mishaps like this one.
Say what? You mean to tell me that's not a mermaid? The real mermaids are a completely separate thing.
That's right, which is why I can say with confidence that eating its flesh won't make you immortal.
Seems like you weren't bluffing after all. So what is that thing, then? There's gotta be some reason you're after it.
I imagine that even if you had it dissected and examined, all results would point to it being just a mass of fibers. In other words, nothing more than a man-made fake. There's a very good reason for that, you see. That mummy is merely the corpse of an average human, twisted beyond recognition by the curse of the forsaken fish.
What? Another curse?
Another curse wielded by mermaids, as it happens. That would be the remains of someone who died under it. It also happens to be the same curse responsible for the mermaids found every few hundred years or so across the country. You see, now I would rather you handed the mermaid over to us. The poor soul deserves a proper burial, same as anyone else. Surely even you're not so hard-hearted as to deny them that.
Curses this, curses that. It's all a bunch of hokum, you ask me. That said, the report I got from the Research Institute earlier said exactly the same thing.
What the fuck? Then why are you being so obstinate about it? Oh my. I take it you already had the mermaid dissected then.
They said it was likely a fake. They asked if I wanted them to keep going anyway. I told them keep at it, but...
It should be clear now that you have nothing to gain from researching that corpse, least of all information on immortality. Won't you consider handing it over? Of course, we could always take you in on charges of abandonment and desecration of a corpse.
Alright, alright! Have it your way.
I'm so glad you've come around. Thank you for your cooperation.
I'll give you the damn mermaid. In exchange, I want you to tell me one thing.
What is it?
You say there are real mermaids out there. What are these real mermaids hiding, then?
I suppose you could call it the eternal world.
The eternal world?
Yes, mermaids are not creatures of this world, you see. Their original home is Ryugu, the domain of the sea god.
Ryugu? And how do you get there?
Sorry to say, the Ryugu's doors are only open to the dead. Going there is impossible for a living human.
Huh! You could claim anything with a fairy tale like that. It all sounds like hokum. Hokum. Hokum.
That said, the entrance to Ryugu is said to lie somewhere in the Issei Sea. There have been numerous sightings of mermaids crossing over to this world in the area's long history. Which is why Issei Bay has its share of mermaid legends too.
Now that you mention it, I've heard one of those stories too. Some old tale about mermaids being found on some long-lost island called Taishima or the like.
What? Wait a moment. Where did you hear that story?
Ha! Got your interest, have I? Looks like the story has some merit to it after all.
I was simply surprised, that's all. Not a name I've come across in any historical records.
Taishima!
Island said to have previously been located to the south of Kamishima. As it has long since vanished, it is sometimes referred to as Taishima, or Lost Island. No official records remain, and it remains shrouded in mystery, with knowledge of it preserved only in tales passed down between residents of the Ise-shima area. Legends say the island was besieged by someone 400 years prior, and the curse of the murdered islanders caused the entire island to sink.
Sunken island! It's just something I heard from one of the young'uns I have out there looking for mermaids.
I see. Sounds like you've got a capable young hand. I don't suppose it would be possible to meet with this individual.
Nope, not happening. Unless you're willing to spill the beans on everything you know about mermaids. Every last bit of info. Maybe, just maybe, I consider it then. It's clear you're no ordinary housewife, after all. Not interested? This meeting is over. I'll hand the corpse over to the police as promised. But don't think I've given up on mermaids or immortality. If they really exist, I'll find them and make them mine.
Okay, bye, old man. Bye, old man. All right. Date unknown, August 1980-something, afternoon, East City area. Hey there, you two. Sorry for calling you out here when you're so busy. I figured it'd be best to give you the rundown on our findings as soon as possible. It's no problem. Go ahead. And what have we here? Oh, this. It's a poster advertising Kamishima. Something about it catch your eye? No, I was just thinking. Surely it'd be better to put it somewhere tourists will actually see it. Good point. Maybe they had some posters left over. Sticker, bird sticker, bird sticker. I don't see a bird sticker. I don't see a bird sticker. Sad times. Alright. Wondering about my suit, are you? Just a cheap old thing. Sorry, I don't have anything more presentable. That's just a police box I was waiting at. Something you were wondering about? No. I just happened to find myself looking at it, that's all. Would you rather talk inside? Oh, there's no air conditioner, so it's probably cooler out here. Huh. It's quite alright. Talking out here should be fine. This is one of Issei City's residential districts. Right now the ground is so hot, the air around it seems to be shimmering. I hate when it's that hot out. I can't stand heat outside. I like the in-between. I like the in-between between winter and summer, and the in-between between summer and winter. I like the in-between. So, spring and autumn are my favorites. I do not like extreme. I do not like hot, and I do not like cold. But if I had to choose one, I'd rather be cold than hot. You can always put on more clothes. You can only take off so many clothes. Interested in Kamishima, are you? It's a nice place. Great tourist spot, too. I recommend it. We're done with the poster. Okay, we're done with the poster. Despite the heat, Soda looks as unruffled as ever. I do hope he isn't just pretending to be alright. Let's hear what Detective Ide has to say. Oh yeah, I also looked at that lady you were asking about, Somekawa. Oh yes, did you find anything? Well, it seems she hasn't registered as a resident, even though she moved here 5 years ago. And nothing came up for Somekawa in the civil registry either. I'm afraid I don't have anything on who she is or where she came from. Sorry to disappoint. I see. Is that quite common? Happens. Not unheard of for folks from the countryside to come here for work and just drift on. No one really knowing who they are. Apparently it was really common during the post-war growth period. It seems we got quite the mystery woman on our hands. Yup. Well, there is something I've been wondering about. Oh? Let's hear it. You have some idea of who she might be? Well, have you heard of Kameshima's Southern Sea disaster? It was a big maritime disaster that struck 5 years back. I have, yes. One of the victims that disappeared was an armor diver and housewife from Kameshima by the name of Mare Minakuchi. But it seems her maiden name was Somekawa. So our mystery woman shares a surname with the maritime disaster victim. I'm impressed you managed to dig that up. I was already looking into the Kamishima disaster before the skeletal remains. Because of the skeletal remains. So it was a happy coincidence, if anything. Oh, so you thought that might be related too. I'm glad it wasn't just me. Anyway, it seems like the bodies of the disaster victims were never found in the end, which got me thinking. Wait, are you saying? Yup. I was thinking Mare Minakuchi could have survived the disaster 5 years ago. And you think she then moved to Ijika and started going by her old name of Somekawa again? That's right. What do you think? Seems like a long shot, but maybe. If that's the case, why would she have stayed in Ijika for 5 whole years without thinking to contact her family? Maybe she lost her memories in the disaster. Right. She only had her old memories to rely on.
It wouldn't be that odd if she went back to using her old name. Surely her appearance would still be the same, though. And it's difficult to imagine no one recognizing her for 5 whole years. It's possible she just never ran into anyone she knew. That kind of thing's more likely than you'd think. Oh, speaking of appearances, I found a picture of Mari Minakuchi from a report on the disaster. I haven't met this Yolkacola myself, so could you take a look for me and let me know what you think? Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. What do you think, Soto? If she'd aged 5 years and grown badly gaunt, I'd certainly see how this woman might come to resemble Miss Yolkacola. My thoughts exactly. So you agree it's a pretty solid theory? Certainly worth looking into, yes. But she really is Mari Minakuchi. There's something else that concerns me. Something else? This is just what I've heard. Seems like the islanders over on Kamishima think this Mari Minakuchi was the cause of the disaster 5 years ago. What? Why would they think that? No idea. It seems like it's pretty much taken for granted by most of the folks over there. Even just mentioning her name is a sort of taboo. But I was thinking it wouldn't be that odd if she felt she couldn't come back home because of that. Surely not. Seems as good a reason as any. Why she wouldn't want to come forward anyway. Is she really related to the storm 5 years ago? She's a point of interest regardless of her connection to the skeletal remains. Perhaps it's worth looking into that first. Can I leave talking to Miss Yolkacola to you two then? I'll handle that, yes. Oh, right! That's exactly what I wanted to talk to you about. So I got all hands on deck going around asking about the sketch you gave me. And we finally found someone who recognized the victim. Oh, it's great news! The person who recognized him was a housewife in her 20s who lived in Kumano 7 years ago. Apparently the sketch looked like a 19-year-old she knew who left the village to go to the city. 7 years ago, he was 19. No? From the sound of it, the guy had no relatives to speak of, left the village with nothing but the clothes on his back. She doesn't know what happened to him after that. I see. That would make him a young man with no relatives who left his hometown behind 7 years ago. Did we get a name for a mystery man? Sure did. His name is Kipe Ikoma. Kipe Ikoma. I looked him up in the resident registry, and it does look like he moved from Kumano to Issei City 7 years ago. But it seems he doesn't live at the place he put as his address anymore. Oh, that's unfortunate. I checked in with the apartment's landlord, and it would seem that about 6 years ago, the landlord had his contract terminated after he failed to both pay his rent and return to his apartment after several months straight. The landlord didn't put on a search request or anything, so that's where the trail ends, I'm afraid. If he went missing 6 years ago, I suppose it wouldn't surprise me if those were his remains. We'll keep looking into Ikoma to see if he was involved in anything that might have led to his murder. Of course, there's always the possibility we got the wrong guy, so we'll keep asking around just in case. Let's do. Toba seabed skeletons. In which multiple human skeletons were recovered from a deep fissure on Toba seabed. The initial estimate indicated that at least 5 bodies have been disposed of there. Following information has not been made available to the public. Victims' identities unclear. All victims are male. Each body is thought to be disposed of at different times. Testimonies indicate the individual in this sketch resembles a youth by the name of Kipe Ikoma, who went missing 6 years ago. He has no known relatives. Victims are believed to have been killed by a curse wielded by someone connected to the Heiki. So you did manage to meet up with Mr. Yamashina. Yes, thank you again for your help there. Seems he's willing to hand the body over without any fuss. Really? That's great. Still, why would some big shot tycoon go to all that trouble to withhold a body? If everything I've heard of is true, you could probably take him on charges of desecrating a corpse, you know. Was there something special about that corpse? An observatory detective. I can, of course, explain if you'd like to know more. Wait a second. Is it related to that secret department of yours? I think I'm better off not knowing if so. Really? I don't mind bringing you into the fold. Please stop trying to rope him into helping us. Never met the guy, but I hear he's quite the cranky old geezer. How'd your meeting go? I bet it was pretty wary of you being with the police. They didn't try to pick a fight or anything, did he? Ah, well. I'm not sure you could say it went smoothly, but I don't think we upset him, at least. Probably. You, don't sound very sure about that. All I spoke to said that sketch was really accurate. No doubt in her mind that it was Ikoma. Well, that accurate. Sure we got the right person. Still, how'd you even make that sketch? There was nothing left of the victim but bones. Oh well, let's just say it's classified for now. Oh, Sleepy, welcome in. How you doing? Hope your day is going well. How are you on this lovely Friday?
Right. Guess that means I shouldn't pry any further. Vibing. We're here to vibe. Here for the vibes. Ready to hear me make silly voices? There, get there. What is there left to do then? So people believe this Mari Minakuchi called forth the curse of the raging waves 5 years ago, do they? Yeah, nice. You excited for RE9 like everybody else? I didn't expect the curse of the raging waves to come up here, of all places. Wait. That's it. I remember now. Nope. Oh, do you not? Are you not like forgot it existed? Have you played Resident Evil games before? The sole survivor of Taishima. His surname was Somikawa. There was something else about Somikawa, a wooden box. Surely that'd be too much of a coincidence. Bad horror. I had to break it to you. This is currently a horror game. Are you talking about watching horror or like playing horror games? Because there is a difference, but I feel like there is a big difference between watching horror games and playing horror games, because you're way more I feel like you're way more the word has left my brain. You're way more I can't word now. I can't speak words. Like, in the experience, like, you're way more, I had the word, I forgot it. Like, when you're, I can't think of the word, my brain will not work. Oh god, I can't remember. Oh god, my brain. Listen, when I get to do voices and start reading, my brain kind of gets in a different, like, rhythm. And then when I have to think, my brain goes in another direction of rhythm. And I can't think right now. Wow. But it's... I can't... I can't think of the word. I had it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Fuck. gosh. Anyway, you're way more like focused and like forget it. Forget it. Watching it isn't as scary as playing it. There you go. That's how I feel about that. Watching it isn't as the fuck. Fuck. Dun 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 dun. Fuck. It's not like I don't say that word. We're watching a Let's Play. Fair. Definitely understand. I don't know how I play horror games. I just do. I think I've gotten so used to them by now. When I was first starting streaming, I actually like would get in, like I would I can't think of the word. I would oh, what's it called? I would really get into the games and like get into the mood and atmosphere of them, and now I'm just so used to the atmosphere of horror games that I feel like I'm immune to it. I mean, I can still get jump scared, but I feel like I don't get creeped out anymore. Like, I'm so used to being around, like, creepy, spooky. Like, I've watched so many horror movies, and I've played so many horror games, just like, oh yeah, it's another day. It's another day! Oh, goodness. So I guess it just doesn't affect me anymore. But yeah, that's just kind of how I feel. But yeah, I definitely understand. It's definitely going to be a different experience for me when I play Resident Evil 7 and 8, because I watched playthroughs of those back like years ago when they came out. I watched Markiplier play them, and I've never actually played them myself, so it's probably going to be a different experience. But yeah. I think we're gonna get ads at some point soon. I'm getting a pop-up about them. It's like, run an ad break to disable the pre-roll ads. It's like, well, I'm doing content right now. But anyway. Well, that's about all I had to report. Thank you, Detective. That was very informative. As for our next move, we ask you to keep looking into Kasugabee coma for us. Roger that. Let's see if we can find Sumikawa again and hear what she has to say. Fortunately, I think our trip to Kamishima will have to wait until tomorrow. So it seems. Oh, you had business on Kamishima too. That's actually our original reason for coming here. Yes. But now we've gotten caught up in all this other troublesome business, so it looks like dealing with that will have to come first. And here I was hoping to get this over with as soon as possible, so I could get back home to my husband. I see. You sure are devoted to your husband. I love my husband! Oh, very much. Though I do worry as he never eats properly when I'm not around. In any case, please do get in touch if you find anything else of note. Even if it's just something out of the ordinary happening, anything could be of help. Sure, will do. Though you're kind of making me worried something might actually happen now. I'd certainly prefer if it didn't. Anyway, we're counting on you, Detective. Bye-bye! Gosh, this is a long route. Oh, shit. Date unknown, August 19th something, afternoon, Toba City, Ichika Town. Hey, this is where we were before. Oh, you were... Bad news, ma'am. It seems we were a step too late. That's do you mean?
It seems someone came and took the Somikawa woman out to sea just a few minutes ago.
What?
According to the witness, a foreign man came to the port with Miss Somikawa in tow. They boarded a motorboat that was moored there and headed out into the bay. It didn't appear to be by force, so we can probably assume they knew each other.
Foreign man. I'm not sure what's going on, but we should probably get a boat and follow them, just in case.
Yes, let's see if...
Ugh! Soto, what's wrong?
Spiritual force is overwhelming.
Ugh! My body won't move. What's going on? Ugh!
Oh my.
That girl over there. Is she doing this?
You can withstand this curse? You really are quite strong, mister. Sorry, but I can't let you go any further. I'll have to ask you to leave.
Oh.
Tico's Numa, guardian spirit, grant me the wisdom of the numinous. Oh, hi, guardian spirit, light my path ahead.
Like they saved us the effort of searching for them.
So it seems. Let's see if this girl can tell us what we want to know.
Who are you?
I can ask the same of you. What do you want with Miss Somikawa?
You know who Miss Somikawa is, do you?
Maybe. What's it to you?
Ma'am, your spirit sense is extremely potent, but she lacks experience. She seems hesitant to employ curses against people. If I have an opening, I can use my curse of binding to restrain her. Usually it's too risky to use on ordinary people, but that shouldn't apply here.
Right? I certainly wouldn't mind getting some information out of her. This is as good as any opportunity as any. I'll see if I can get her to lower her guard. When she wavers, I'll signal for you to use the curse of binding. Seem like a plan.
Sounds like a plan. On your signal. Yusoto Kuryu's curse of binding to restrain your opponent when they let their guard down. Press the use curse button to signal to him to use it. You only have 3 chances to use the curse. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. No. No. Ah. There might be a thing where I'm gonna have to turn the audio down, or like this, some type of audio, something. What's chromatic aberration? What's chromatic aberration? Hold on. Is chromatic aberration in games? Effect looks better in motion and not in screenshots. It gives the edges of the game a slightly feathered look to get visual effect and mix the color distortion you see when using camera lenses.
Oh!
I might have to turn this off to like actually win this encounter. There's like sometimes I know before in this game you had to like turn something off in the settings to win an encounter, and it was I didn't figure it out. I had to look it up to like win.
We assume the foreign man who took Miss Somikawa is a friend of yours, then.
So what if he is? Why are you trying to follow them?
Now, there's no need to be so uptight. How about we stop all this and just talk a bit?
Not happening. You're just going to use a curse the moment I drop my focus.
What about give up?
Alright. We'll back off and leave you be. How does that sound?
It's no good. She's way too wary of us.
Seems I'll have to press her further before she'll give us an opening. What do you want with Miss Somikawa?
I could say the same to you. You just want the relic for yourselves, don't you?
What? You know about the relic? If you know about the relic, I'm afraid we can't let you get away.
Get away. I'm the one holding you here.
You certainly have remarkable strength for your age. Why, it might even be too much for us.
What's with the sudden praise? You're creeping me out.
Didn't work either. She really isn't letting her guard down.
Sorry, Soto. This is our last chance. I'd rather not be heavy-handed about this either. Let's calm down and find some other way to resolve this. Hmm?
Sorry, but that won't work on me. I'm at a rebellious age, you see.
Alright, we'll back off and leave you be. How does that sound?
You're just trying to get me to drop my guard, aren't you? Not happening.
If you resist anymore, we'll have you taken in for obstruction of public duties.
Wait, you're with the police?
By appearances, yes. Trying us. But not you. Quite the heavy punishment.
See, you must be from Paranormal Affairs. Then I definitely can't do what you say.
What? You're quite some nerve standing up to us despite knowing where we're from. Don't think you'll get off lightly for this.
Defending me won't get you anywhere. You can't arrest me unless it's an emergency, right?
Oh, okay. You're also with Paranormal Affairs, then?
Sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Suppose this is the trouble with secret departments. Not even their own members recognize each other. What a bother. So we're both from Paranormal Affairs, are we? Let's talk. Perhaps there's some way we can help.
I told you, I don't know what you're talking about. It's none of your business anyway.
Been knowing we're from Paranormal Affairs. Kept a straight face and hid your ties. I can tell you're both bold and smart.
Thanks, I guess. Will you give up now?
Alright. We'll back off and leave you be. How does that sound?
You're just trying to get me to drop my guard, aren't you? Not happening.
Shit. You need the relic for yourself. You're so unwilling to cooperate with us. Am I correct?
That's what you think. Can you really? That's what you think. Can you give up already?
Alright, I understand where you're coming from. I won't interfere anymore. Soto, you can stop now.
Really? Thanks. You grown-ups and your dirty tricks!
You did well to be cautious of us. I'm afraid this is how grown-ups get things done. Oof.
I mean, she kind of did. She's like, I'm not gonna drop my guard. Drops guard like 5 minutes later.
Now, will you tell us what you're up to here?
I suppose I've slowed you down enough. You'll never catch up to the boat now. Placus Hysteri, guide my path. With thy merciful hand, uphold me.
She broke the binding. Ah. Confound it. Stop right there!
Looks like she's given us the slip. Adele will be able to catch her now. Still, I'm going to have a word with Paranormal Affairs about that girl.
Devious adults, Soda Kiryu and Yumiko Shiki win a curse battle. Yay! I won! I won! And on the first try.
Put in a call to Paranormal Affairs about our errant young lady just now.
See, I assume she's indeed affiliated with them.
Yes. It seems her name is Circe Lunarlight.
That's a name! Circe Lunarlight.
She's an exorcist from England who's come here on exchange. Part of her spiritual training, as I understand.
Lunarlight family. See.
Oh? Are they well known?
I've heard of them, yes. They're a distinguished family of exorcists. Quite an old one, too. Certainly explains the strength of her spirit sense.
Right. In any case, it seems she's in the care of Paranormal Affairs while she's in Japan. Honestly, I do wish they'd tell us these things in advance.
What is she doing here in Mie Prefecture?
Well, it seems even Paranormal Affairs isn't sure what she's up to. They've been looking for her. From the sounds of things, she's been skipping her training assignments to travel around Japan, visiting all sorts of spiritual spots instead.
Doesn't sound like they're keeping an eye on her at all.
Fortunately not. They asked me to tell her to return to Tokyo at once when we next see her.
Let's see. More work for us, then.
Yes, the things we find ourselves caught up in. She seems to know about Solikawa, too. Bad feeling about this.
Should we try looking for her? I imagine she's still in the area.
No, not now. If all of that is true, I doubt she'll be looking to cause so much trouble. Besides, I'm sure we'll run into each other eventually. Well, I think that's enough trouble for one day. Let's call it a day. We'll head for Kamishima first thing tomorrow.
Understood.
We can't. Okay, I've done these 3. This one. This one's broken. I think there's another path we can do for this one. So I need to do this one. Memories of the last summer. Yusa and Minakuchi promised day arise. After the usual morning dive, the group of 4 meet at the dock. God, I have to remember all 4 of these voices. August 8th, 1980-something afternoon. Tsukasa? I have to remember these characters. Oh, okay. Sato. I have to remember what their names are and what the voices are that go with them.
Hey, Azami, Yusa! Over here! Good timing. I just got back, too.
Well, Tsukasa, how'd it go?
Not too shabby if I do say so myself. Check this out. 2 whole scallops.
Seriously, Tsukasa. You don't get bragging rights for picking up 2 measly scallops.
Sure I do. That was hard work. You should be praising me.
Say, Yusa, how many scallops did you get on your first dive again? 25, I think.
No way! Are you kidding me? Guess there's a good reason they call you the patron saint of diving.
Oh, dang it. Now my cover's blown. That'll teach me to snag every scallop I see. Anyway, Tsukasa, don't let this get you down. You'll improve over time.
Man, I've been diving way longer than you, but you're better than me already. Some people are just born to be almond divers. If you ask me, all that matters is that everyone made it back safe and sound.
True! You always know the best thing to say, Sato.
For the record, I would have preferred a bigger haul of scallops. Then we could have had a feast.
I guess I should have seen that coming.
So, what's the plan for today? Remember, Tsukasa, it's up to you.
Right! We promised we'd do whatever you wanted today. You name it, we'll make it happen.
Now that's more like it. Let's see. First of all, I want to go for a swim in the sea.
Oh, sounds great. Can't even remember the last time we did something like that, just for fun.
Right? I want us to forget work and just enjoy the sparkling sea for a change. I even bought a new swimsuit for this. You got one picked out too, right, Sato?
Sure do.
Then after that, when it gets dark, let's set off some fireworks.
Ooh, fireworks.
And then, let's have a barbecue on the beach and cook up everything we caught today.
Sounds like a plan. Just leave it to us. Everyone ready? Then let's do this! There's a shark that's coming this way. Better watch out, Azami.
That was a close one, Azami.
What the heck? I'm a good swimmer, but there's no way I'm good enough to outswim a shark. It's okay, I'll keep it pinned down. Just get out of here while you can. And here, take this fin as something to remember me by. Keep it with you always. Sorry, Yuza. I don't really dig shark fins that much. My heart.
Look at the sea. It's like there are diamonds floating on the surface.
It really sparkles, huh? Sure is pretty.
Aw, that shark's pretty cool. I should have picked a shark instead of a life buoy. But he's having such a blast, I can't bring myself to ask for a ride on it.
One grilled squid coming right up! Don't throw it! It's piping hot! You're getting squid juice everywhere. Let's see how you like it. Catch it! Ow! 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 That's hot!
You did that to yourself.
Hey! Check out this huge sea snail Tsukasa caught! It's massive!
That's right. I may still be a rookie when it comes to scallops, but I got a haul of sea snails to make up for it. Sweet up, Azami. Have as many as you want.
Hey, can I borrow that lighter?
Sure.
Want some squid, too? Oh, so you just grill it directly? Yeah, that's Kamishima's specialty, fireworks-style squid. Wait, you're actually doing it?
Ah! This juice is going everywhere. It burns!
Whoops. Sorry, my hand slipped.
There it is. The famous Yuza one-man show. Something bad's gonna happen. Something bad's gonna happen. Best buds. Oh, we can finish this now. Okay. Start from underwater gathering. Right. Let's leave it at that for today. Good work out there, Yuza. Man,
Ad
just
break
look at you.
incoming.
How'd you improve so much in such a short time? You're basically a pro level now. I wasn't expecting you to pick things up that quickly. Like I said, brimming with confidence. But it's also because you were here to help. Thanks, Izami. I didn't do that much, but I appreciate it. So, do you feel any different now? Did your body undergo any weird changes?
Nope, I feel exactly the same. Nothing's changed. I'm the same old user I've always been.
Guess we're a bit off the mark, huh? So what do you want to do now? Should we call it a day?
Shit. I've done both of these, though. Let's just go back and not talk about it.
You got it! Kamishima Port, here we come!
Oh, I think we're having an ad break. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this here, and then I'll be right back after the ads! Hello, hello. Alright, let's see. I really hope I can get the new route for what we've played now. Is this a new?
We're back. Thank you, Sleepy.
Okay, this is already new. I think this is already new. August 7th, 1980 something afternoon. Kamishima, Jetty. Yep, this is new. Okay.
Hey, Yuza! I took your catch to the market while you were changing.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
It's a seriously impressive haul for your first dive. The old guys in the market looked like their eyes were gonna pop out. Status as Kamishima's patron saint of diving sure isn't just for show.
Okay. That's enough of that. And thanks for carting all that back to the market by yourself. I have no clue who this character is. There you are, Asami. Don't tell me you went out fishing today.
Oh, Chie! How's your back doing?
Not going to get any better lounging around at home, that's for sure. More importantly, no one's meant to be taking their boats out right now because of the storm that's on the way. Don't tell me you didn't hear.
Yeah, but it was more of a warning than a rule, and the weather looked fine, so I figured it was okay.
You should know better than that, Azami. You youngins never listen, do you? Red Arm Diver, Chie Toyama! Female, veteran Alma diver, 59 years. The de facto leader of the Alma divers on Kamishima, she is a highly influential figure on the island. She married to a family on Kamishima shortly after the end of the Second World War, at the age of 20, and has been working as an Alma diver for close to 40 years, rarely missing the opening day of each diving season. She has displayed natural talent for diving ever since her days as an apprentice, coming to be known as Chie the Mermaid for the deft ease in which she moves through the water. In her heyday, she earned more money than her husband, enough to send all three of her sons to university, an achievement that she takes great pride in and also earned her considerable authority in her household. Now a grandmother to 7, a back injury has led to her being less active than she used to be, but she is still considered one of the most experienced divers on the island. Her graceful swimming shows no signs of decline, continuing to inspire others even now. Her estimated diver rank is 67. I'm not making a joke with the numbers. There's no way. Going out on the with the Minakuchi boy of all people. Actually, Azami only took out his boat because I asked him to help out with my work. Wait a dang second. Don't tell me you went out to dive. I did, but why do you ask? Am I not allowed to be an Alma diver? Absolutely not! I won't allow it!
What? Why? He's just a member of the association, same as everyone else. As long as he follows the rules, it should be fine, right? Sure, it's rare for guys to become Alma divers, but it's not like it's forbidden or anything.
That ain't what I'm talking about! I'm saying he shouldn't be allowed in the sea. It's obscene! It is what it is! Everyone agreed to put up with him being on the island for Suya's sake. But now he gets it in his head to go diving. Of all things, you have no sense, boy. Seems like I'll have to have a few words with Suyu. You not knowing your place is going to cause everyone trouble. Listen up, Minakuchi boy. You better keep your head down and stay put on dry land where you belong. No more diving, you hear?
Hey now. You don't think that's going a bit far? There's no need to lay into Yuza like that.
Zami.
What?
You really don't think anything of all this? Or what his mother did?
Nope, not at all. Yuza hasn't done anything wrong. He was a victim of the disaster too. Maybe more than anyone else.
Recently, there's been this strange rumbling coming from the sea. The same rumbling as 5 years ago. Everyone's scared of what might be coming. They're bracing themselves for another big disaster.
Oh, is that what you meant by the storm? Weather forecast said things are going to stay calm for a bit, though.
Hell with the weather forecast. It didn't save us 5 years ago. Anyhow, you see why we've got to stay in the God of the Sea's good graces. Not doing anything to upset them. Got it?
I don't know why I gave that voice to her, but I did. Don't let it get you down, Yuza. Jay isn't a bad person at heart, but the old folks here are all pretty firm in their beliefs, I guess.
Yeah, it's only natural. I was kind of expecting it, to be honest.
Still, I don't think she'd get that mad. Guess they have a bigger chip on their shoulder about all this than I thought. Seems like they really think your mom was to blame for the disaster.
Yeah. Guess wanting to get to the bottom of things there was one of the reasons for becoming an diver.
Yeah, everyone's been avoiding the topic until now. That can't go on forever.
Hey, you too.
Oh, it's Kikuko.
Yeah, you two over there.
Gotta get some help with these boxes here. I need to get them to the warehouse.
Kikuko Susui. Kikuko Susui, female, diver, 28 years old. Woman born and raised on Kamishima, unmarried. She's known for a friendly, sociable nature and almost sisterly tendency to look after others, both of which make her a familiar face to many on the island. Ever since her school days, Kikuko harbored a strong desire to leave Kamishima and make a life for herself elsewhere. While most of her classmates began working as divers following graduation from middle school, she decided to enroll in a boarding school as a first step towards fulfilling this goal. Going on to graduate from a junior college in Aichi Prefecture and then finding a job in general administration at a company in Issei City. However, because her assigned work consisted only of unfulfilling menial tasks like pouring tea and answering calls, she left after only 1 year. She changed jobs repeatedly over the following years, but found no further luck in subsequent workplaces. Eventually recognizing that success as an diver is determined solely by the extent of one's physical prowess and ingenuity, she came back to find the idea of such work appealing and moved back to Kamishima 4 years ago. Despite her late start as an diver compared to her peers, she leveraged her high athletic ability, a talent which even saw her star in the national athletic meet during her school days, and her innate knack for analytical thinking and research to consistently turn out good results. She has since earned the respect of even the veteran divers of the island. Her estimated diver rank is 41. Kikuko has had scant luck with men, having been introduced to several potential partners only to be turned down by all of them. Her parents, anxious for her future, worry the large birthmark on her face is to blame, but Kikuko herself remains unfazed, citing her lack of interest in marriage as the primary cause, something which has caused them no end of concern. Although she endeavored to hide her birthmark with makeup while at school and during her time as an office worker, she has since embraced it, proudly proclaiming it to be her symbol. Thanks. I guess I could rely on you youngins to help out.
Youngins? You're a youngin too, Kikuko.
Aw, how kind. I'm sure you're the only ones who'd say that, though. I was told out of nowhere to make sure anything valuable was stored away, just in case a storm hits. What a pain. Sure you're getting ready for the storm, too? Yep. Pretty silly when the weather's this good, huh? It's not like I can say no, though. Speaking of pains, I overheard Chie giving you an earful just now. Are you seriously planning on becoming an diver, Yuza? Well, that was the plan. It's looking like I might be forced into retirement before I even begin. Why now? Didn't you come back here to look after Suyu? Yes, but I still have work. And I've always been interested in alma diving. Gran was also pretty down about no longer being able to dive. Thought it might cheer her up a bit. Ah, so you want to follow in Suyu's footsteps. Still, you must have noticed that everyone was on edge just at the thought of you coming back here. If they hear you went diving, there'll likely be a bit of an uproar.
Are they really that set against you going in the sea? I never heard anyone say anything like that.
Well, they don't say it where you can hear it. Everyone loves you here, and they know you're close with Yuza. Probably feel they can't be that tough on him with you around.
What was that?
Oh, never mind. Forget I said anything. I can't deny there's been this creepy rumbling coming from the sea recently, though. It's no wonder everyone's unnerved. If some sort of disaster does end up happening again, and Yuza gets caught doing something he wasn't meant to, that'll probably be it for him.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. Do people seriously believe Yuza's mom caused that storm? Everyone suffered because of it, including Yuza's family. It's so stupid!
Honestly, I think it's stupid too. The truth is, there are a bunch of people who believe it, so making a fuss about it isn't going to get you anywhere, right? Besides, even if the storm doesn't come in the end, a different kind of storm may already be brewing. Different kind of storm. Well, you shouldn't have any trouble if you keep your head down. Just be good and do what you're told. No one will get on your case, yeah?
Give me a break! Why's he gotta keep his head down here? He was born and raised on Kamishima, just like everyone else!
Hey, getting mad at me won't change anything. If it upsets you that much, why don't you leave? Leaving a place like this behind might be for the best, don't you think? Maybe, but I can't ask my gran to move somewhere else at her age. And you'll just have to put up with it. If you want to blame anyone, blame your mom.
But his mom... Did his mom even do anything 5 years ago? No one wants to tell us anything.
No idea. I only came back here after the disaster, so I don't know what happened at the time. Mr. Wakamura always seems like he knows more than he lets on, though. Now that I think about it, why don't you just ask Suyu what she knows?
Suyu?
I've already asked Gran about it countless times. She said she doesn't know anything.
I don't think that's a bit suspicious.
If anyone knows something, it'd be her, right? You might be right.
She's pretty hard to read. I wouldn't be able to tell if she was hiding something anyway.
Anyway, I do feel bad for you. You just gotta grin and bear it, for everyone's sake, eh? I don't like that. I don't like that. Thanks for the help, you two. Try to stay out of trouble, okay?
Kikuko really seemed like she didn't know anything, huh? The folks are way more on edge than I thought.
Yeah. I've gotten the sense I'm not exactly welcome here ever since I came back. But I didn't think trying to make a living here would lead to that much backlash. I didn't realize everyone disliked my mom quite that much. Or that they were so suspicious of her.
Seems like the timing wasn't great either. Everyone's wound up about these ill omens that are happening right now.
Still, I'm not sure now that my mom must have had some sort of secret. I'm almost certain it had to do with what we're looking into. Everyone hears that I went diving today. It might prompt people to start talking about what happened 5 years ago.
True. If there's any time to ask about your mom, it's now. I think we should see what old man Wakamura and Suyu have to say about all this, too.
Yeah. Assuming Gran agrees to talk about it anyway. Okay. Alright. Oh, okay, that definitely... Oh, okay, so there's gonna be events that... Okay. Interesting. First, Yuza Minakuchi, summary of previous events. The residents of Kamishima are extremely against Yuza becoming an alma diver. Yuza believes that the hidden secret behind his deceased mother, Mary Minakuchi, is the reason for this.
and that it is also the key to finding the mermaid, so he begins a full-scale search.
Time to find some clues!
True. If there's any time to ask about your mom, it's now. I think we should see what Old Man Wakamura and see what you have to say about all this too.
Yeah, assuming Grant agrees to talk about it anyway. Alright. Oh god.
Whee! That's so cute. Oh, shit, okay, I didn't mean to press that. You two again. What are you doing here?
She is here too.
I'm chatting about something important right now. Scram!
You got no choice but to come back later, huh?
Well, okay. Tori Gate! Like I said, at 19 something afternoon, Kamishima Tori.
Huh? Ah! Tsukasa, Sato, what's going on?
Well... I'm sorry, I can't explain it right now! Tsukasa, come on. We're drawing too much attention here.
Ah!
Hey,
What was that all about? Something was definitely up with them.
yeah, they practically ran off when they saw us.
Tsukasa was crying. What the hell could have happened?
I'm worried too. Sato said she can't explain right now. Sure, that means they'll tell us what's up later.
True. We shouldn't grill them if they're not ready to talk about it. Still, something tells me we should just pretend we didn't see them.
Yeah. Well, okay. Why am I thinking all the wrong places? I guess we'll go here. Town clock.
Well, if it isn't Shotaro.
Hey there, you two. Just the men I wanted to see. You wouldn't happen to have seen Sato around, would you?
Sato. No, I haven't seen her today.
She was supposed to meet with me earlier, but she never showed.
She didn't show. Did something happen?
Oh, I'm sure it's just because of my old man's ridiculous request earlier. Honestly, I don't know what he was thinking. Still, he really has been acting off lately. Can't believe he'd say something like that. Something wrong? Oh, pardon me. It's nothing for you two to worry about. By the way, I hear you've become an alma diver. Yeah, but I was told to stop, so I'm currently on extended, if not permanent, leave. Oh, don't let it get to you. I, for one, think you should go for it. I imagine everyone's been using your mother as an excuse, saying she's brought bad luck to the island of some such. Wow, that's exactly it.
You know why everyone keeps saying Yuzu's mom was a bad omen, Shotaro?
Ah, yes. What was it again? Something about her being the Raging Waves curse bearer. What? Raging Waves. The Raging Waves curse bearer. Raging Waves as well. Exactly what you think it means, and the curse bearer has the power to call forth the calamity of the sea. My old man was going on about it earlier. That's probably just some superstitious nonsense. Don't pay it any mind. Ah, but I really should get going. Let me know if you see Sato, okay? See you later.
I'm pretty curious about what Shotaro said. Sounds like old man Wakamura might have something to do with why Tsukasa and Sato were acting off earlier. And then there's what he said about your mom.
Yeah. Raging Waves curse bearer, huh? People really think my mom that way. Maybe it was just Mr. Wakamura what he knows.
For the shot, at least. Anyway, let's keep moving.
Can't go there. Sure, we could probably go back.
Welcome back, Yuza. Oh, and Asami's here too.
Thanks for having me.
You two went out diving today, didn't you? How'd it go? You get a decent haul?
Gran, about that. I was all set to enjoy the next stage of my life as an Ama diver, but I found myself on forced leave the very day of my grand debut.
Goodness. Did something happen? Oh my. Chie and the others said all that? If I were you, I wouldn't pay him any mind. You're not breaking any rules, are you?
You sure it's okay?
No point fretting over pointless details. That's what I always say. Grandmother, Suyu Minakuchi. Housewife, 63 years old. Izumi Kuchi's parental grandmother and a former Ama diver. Born in the Taisho period. She has a relaxed and broad-minded nature, and her tendency not to concern herself with the finer details often makes those around her uneasy.
Oh no.
Although now retired due to health issues, she was one of the best Ama divers on Kamishima, especially in her younger days, during which she had a fierce rivalry with Chie Toyama, also known as Chie the Mermaid. Later years saw them reconcile, and they would often be seen talking and laughing together at the diver's hut while grilling their catches. She lost her husband in the war when her son, Tosuke Minakuchi, was 3 years old. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to do that. Got it. You two take care, okay? I didn't mean to... Damn it! I didn't mean to do that.
Guess no one's here right now.
Yeah, let's try somewhere else.
Damn it.
It's used to going to the bottom option.
Oh, there's something else you needed, Yuza.
Sorry, I had to leave earlier today to go diving, Gran. Is everything okay? How are you feeling?
Well, I didn't have much pep in my step today, but it's fine because Sato came over this morning. She really is a saint, always helping me out with the cooking and cleaning like that.
Again? Gran, I know you're fond of her, but you shouldn't rely on her too much.
I didn't know Sato was coming over to help out here.
Yeah, she and Gran became oh wait.
I didn't know Sato was coming over here to help out.
Yeah, she and Gran became friends recently, and because before I knew it, she was coming over every so often.
Sato's such a nice young lady. She even chats with me about all the latest TV drama developments. She's a bit naive in some ways, but she's a quick learner. Remembers everything I tell her almost instantly.
Huh, I had no idea.
I said she could relax here a while, but she left early today.
I'm glad you're having fun, but make sure to thank her properly sometime, alright?
Of course, of course.
I'm always happy to help, you know. There's no need to depend on others so much.
I know, but if someone has to help me get things done, I'd rather it was a lovely young girl, you know? Besides, she does a much better job at cooking and cleaning than you do, Yuza.
Wow, Burn! Grandma Burn! See? I do my best to be a good grandson, and this is the thanks I get. Do you have any diving advice for me, Gran?
Advice, eh? Let me see. If you're looking to get a higher score in a single dive, you should focus on gathering everything you can, even the small fry. Getting 10 or 15 will earn you a bonus to your final score. If you manage to nab a big catch, switching your focus to bringing in as many small catches as possible should net you a good result.
See, that'd be a great help.
Higher your diver rank, more likely you are to achieve a perfect harvest. Gathering more than 10 sea creatures at once will earn you a large haul bonus. A total of 10 or more will give you 1.5 times your original score. A total of 15 or more will net you 1.8 times your original score. If you can't find any promising catches, focusing on quantity over quality can still earn you a high score. Cool.
Yes, I'm gonna be doing more diving. You wouldn't have to have any other diving tips for me, would you?
Well now, bold as brass, aren't we? But I'm glad you're keen to learn. Let me see. Sometimes you come across areas when diving that are simply brimming with sea creatures. I call them bountiful zones.
Bountiful zones, huh? I'd love to see one.
On the other hand, areas with lots of starfish are usually picked clean. With no sea creatures to speak of, I call those places barren zones.
So the more starfish there are, the less sea creatures there'll be. Got it.
Whopper of a catch could still be hiding in a barren zone, of course. Always keep an eye on your surroundings.
Occasionally you encounter underwater areas teeming with sea creatures known as bountiful zones. On the other hand, barren zones, areas with abundance of starfish, tend to have been stripped bare and sea creatures are few and far between. However, you might find some promising catches hiding in barren zones if you search closely enough. Maybe? I had to add the maybe on the end.
I must have underestimated just how deep tensions ran. I never imagined they'd still be that hostile towards her. I thought things would have calmed down by now, for sure. I'm sorry, Yuza.
It's okay, Gran. Not being allowed to dive isn't the end of the world or anything. But are you sure there isn't a reason no one wants to talk about Mom?
Well, a reason I could think of.
I'd like to get to the bottom of things there if possible. It's going to affect my life here if I don't, and I'd like to clear Mom's name, too.
You don't mind me saying, it does seem pretty weird that people would be this upset just by Yuza coming back to Kamishima. You sure there's not some particular reason they don't like the thought of him going out diving?
Well, no reason I could think of.
The exact same answer as before. She's determined to pretend she doesn't know. Gran, I know you've always been reluctant to talk about Mom. But I'm not a child anymore. Isn't it about time you told me the truth? You really can't think of any reason why everyone has such a problem with Mom.
Well, alright, I'll be honest with you. Mari wasn't actually human.
Huh?
You mean we were right? Are you for real?
Wait, don't tell me you believe that. Can't you boys take a joke? I was obviously kidding. Did that seawater pickle your common sense?
Wait. You were joking?
Of course I was. Thought I'd mess around a bit and see if I could get a rise out of you. But you sure turned the tables on me. Turning a prank around on me like that. I have nothing more to teach you, young Yuza.
Oh. And here I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. It's no good. She's set on giving us the slip. We're not going to get anything out of her like this.
We should be more willing to talk and we have more information.
So, how did your dive out in the bay go?
That went perfectly. You may know me only as your grandson Yuza. But in truth, I'm a living legend, Kamishima's patron saint of diving.
Well now, that does sound impressive. I was going to leave it at that, but you're serious, aren't you? You've improved by leaps and bounds since I last saw you. Why, if I was to put it in numbers, you'd be rank 17.
I am rank 17, thanks!
Wow, you can tell this much just by looking at me.
Your grand's been around the Ama diving block, you know. There's nothing more I can teach you. You'll make a fine Ama diver, Yuza.
Thanks, Gran. I'll do you proud as your successor. But I've been forbidden from diving for now, so it seems my life as an Ama diver will have to wait.
No need to fret. I'm sure it'll sort itself out in no time.
I don't know about that.
Grandma's the same as ever, eh?
Whatever the case, I'm happy you've chosen to follow my footsteps, Yuza. Good thing I thought to keep Mari's outfit, hey?
Yeah, but I don't know how I feel about being able to fit in my mom's clothes at this age.
You never did get any taller after middle school, did you?
Damn! As my constant diet of fresh seafood meant nothing. Nothing you need to worry about, Yuza. Doesn't make you any less charming.
We're hanging out again for a bit, Gran.
Got it. You two take care, okay?
Been there. Over here. Churro Street.
Seems like there's a bit of commotion over there. Maybe they know something about the rumors. Want me to go ask?
That'd be great. Thanks.
Hey, what's up? Did something happen?
Oh, if it isn't a zombie! I don't know if you heard, but
15 minutes later.
I'll come back. Man, once they get started, they never stop talking. Anyway, nothing about your mom, I'm afraid. But I did have some interesting things to say.
Interesting things.
You want the normal news first or the worrying news?
Let's do the worrying news. Let's hear the worrying news.
Okay then. There are reports that 2 Alma divers have gone missing. Apparently both cases were around Ajika town on the mainland.
Oh, are they diving accidents or something?
I guess so. It seems it's still under investigation though.
See, hasn't been that rough lately. But I guess it is a dangerous job. So you never know what might happen.
Still, 2 Alma divers going missing one after another is pretty unusual, so it does make you wonder. It wasn't that long ago. There was all that talk of human bones being found in the sea near Toba, you know?
I remember that, yeah. Isn't that also near Ajika?
Maybe this is why Chie was going on about bad omens.
Yeah, it's definitely worrying news. How about the normal news?
Got a bunch of tourists visiting right now as usual. What's really got people talking is that there are 2 foreigners among them today.
Oh, really? Near the Issei Grand Shrine sees a lot of foreign visitors, but it's unusual for them to come to the outlying islands like this.
What's more, it seems they've been going around asking a bunch of questions. And get this. Apparently they said they'd come here looking for mermaids.
Mermaids?
Curious, right?
Yeah, right when we were looking into them too.
And that's not all. For some reason, they were asking about your mom, Mare Minakuchi, too.
What? Why would foreign visitors be asking about my mom?
Seems like people think they're pretty shady. I was told not to go near them and everything.
No, I definitely want to hear what they have to say. I wonder where they are now.
They're probably still in Kamishima at least. Now the question is where. Guess we see 2 Westerners around, we'll know who they are, eh? Apparently an older woman and a young girl. Or older man and a young girl.
Older man and a young girl. Yeah, I'm sure we'll know them when we see them. I hope we manage to find them.
Okay, looks like that's all the info we're going to get around here.
Let's try going somewhere else.
Oh, looks like Kikuko's back. Wanna try talking to her again?
Sure, let's give it a shot.
what now? I've had my fill of shady rumors for the day, okay? If you want to talk, let's talk about something fun instead.
Something fun. Got any ideas, Yuza?
Well, how about this? Boxes? What about those boxes we helped you with just now? Was that the delivery everyone was expecting?
Yep, the latest Kamishima merch, hot off the presses.
I thought so.
What do we have this time?
You wanna know? I bet Azami's keen to find out. He's always wearing that t-shirt.
Sure am. Gotta show the world how much I love Kamishima.
Forrest seems to love that shirt too. You wearing it all the time should make for great advertising. Anyway, the latest addition to our souvenir lineup is this.
What is that?
A hand mirror.
Bingo.
Specially made hand mirror with a Kamishima Maru design on the back. The little turtle is so fucking cute.
Like, look at his little eye. Look at his little sleepy eyes. He's a little sleepy guy. He's got like a little lighthouse on his back. He's so cute. So,
What do you think?
it looks great. Why'd you go with another hand mirror, though?
Another one.
Well, mirrors are a pretty prominent symbol of protection for sailors. Comes from the hope that the sea will be as smooth as glass, I guess. There are even regions where mirrors are used as offerings to the sea god. Oh, that's cool!
For all these people living on the island surrounded by the sea, you can see why mirrors are seen as symbol of good fortune here.
It's small enough to fit in your pocket, too. It's both cute and practical. Wow, you really thought of everything, huh?
I've actually been handing these out to Alma divers around the island since yesterday. I told them it was a charm and that they should hang on to it for good luck.
Oh, so everyone has one. That's kinda nice. Another way to bring us all together. You're an armor diver too now, right, Yuzo? Why don't you take one?
But I... Oh, right. I don't know if it's okay to count you as a diver, given what happened earlier.
Like it really matters. We've got plenty, so you should take one too.
Thanks. Sorry for the trouble.
Oh, it's cute! I got one! It's got a little turtle. It's no big deal. I don't want you to feel left out or anything.
Aw, that's nice. I guess that means Azami's getting one as well.
Here you go. Wow, really? I'm always down for more Kamishima Maru merch.
Sure thing. Keep it safe and sound in your pocket. Maybe it'll
Keep you safe too.
Everyone else was really happy to get theirs too. Even your grandma seemed to like it, Yuzo. Said she'd be sure to use it from now on. Really? I'm glad to hear it. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering for a while.
Yeah? Look at the little sleepy guy! Oh my god, turtle!
Are you the one who came up with the idea for Kamishima Maru, Kikuko? Nope, I can't take credit for that one.
Oh right, I forgot you didn't know, Yuza.
Know what? At one point, the local youth organization was trying to come up with souvenir ideas for tourists. Tsukasa stepped up and suggested creating a mascot character for Kamishima. She even drew the design for it. Mascot characters are all the rage nowadays, you know? There are even mascots for the World Expo and the Japan games. Oh, I see. So Tsukasa drew this.
I only heard about it after the fact, too. I didn't know she was so good at drawing. It's not just a cute little turtle. The unique look on its face makes a big impression. It's a sleepy little guy!
Yeah. The old guys here didn't seem too sure about it at first, though. But thanks to Azami's fervent endorsement, it ended up making the cut.
I just didn't want Tsukasa's design to go to waste, you know? She put a lot of effort into it.
It's a great mascot, too, for what it's worth. Interesting. I'm glad I asked.
I love little mascots. They're so cute.
I have such a, weakness for cute little characters. I love Smeeskis, I love Mofu-san, I love
Chopper. I love Gloomy Bear. What else is a little creature mascot that I like? It's like... I mean, I like Karomi, I like Bad Bats. They're just cute little guys. They're just cute. I was fixing my hair.
Y'all.
Mascot character creates specially for Kamishima as part of the local youth organization's efforts to boost the island's economy and strengthen the community. The design selected for the project was envisioned by Tsukasa Awao, a local high school student. As a symbol of Kamishima, it can be seen in a wide variety of merchandise sold in shops on the island, including keychains, flags, and hand towels. A surprising number of tourists have found themselves charmed by the turtle character's peculiar sleepy expression. It's because that's how I feel all the time, sleepy. Enough so that its merchandise is often in short supply. Oh wow.
People like the little turtle. They're sleepy too.
Cute. He is cute. There's a bunch of Kameshi Maru merch now. Keychains, notepads, you name it. If you want any, just let me know.
You have any tips on my help when diving?
Hey now. It's basically asking me to give away company secrets for free.
Oh no, I didn't mean anything like that.
Just the basics would be helpful. Basics, huh? How about this, then? Sometimes your foot can get caught in rocks while you're swimming. You should always stay aware of your surroundings.
Oh yeah, I got caught a couple times.
So being focused on your catch can get you into trouble. That makes sense. If you swim hard enough, you should be able to free yourself, so don't panic too much if it happens, okay? Thanks, I'll be careful. If I'm ever allowed to go diving again, that is. It's a dangerous place. There's no way of telling what danger lurks in its depths. Be careful to avoid suspicious looking places and could get stuck between a rock. Can't get out, keep swimming. Yeah, I found that out the hard way. That's all I've got for now. If you want any more tips, try asking Suyu. Did you go diving today as well, Kikiko? Oh, you mean the whole thing about how we're supposed to stay out of the sea? No one I know was paying attention to that. I took a boat out into the bay from the northern shore that didn't end up with much to show for it. North Sea, huh? Did anyone go with you? No, I went by myself. Why do you ask? No particular reason. Just taking notes for later. I see. You're really serious about becoming a Nama diver, huh? It'd be a real shame if you couldn't become one with that enthusiasm. I'd like to help, but the timing's really not the best right now. It's okay. Any information you can give me is help enough. Sorry. I'll help out when things have died down, okay? By the way, Yusa, how much practice did you manage to get in today? You have to be able to do most things comfortably, I think. Sure, I could tell you've improved a lot just from the way you carry yourself. You must have a real talent for diving if you were able to improve that much in just one day. It's pretty impressive you can tell all that just by looking at him. Hey, I thought of a way I can show my support. If you manage to get a high score of 2,000 points in one diving session, I'll give you a special prize. Whoa! Isn't that great, Yusa? What was your high score today again? Let's see. I think it was 1442 points. Damn. Oof. I'm afraid you weren't quite up to snuff. Too bad. I brought shame to my name as the patron saint of diving. Once you become a proper Ama diver, I'll tell you all the good diving spots I know. Okay, there we go. By the way, have you seen 2 foreign tourists that were supposed to be visiting today? Wait a sec. Foreign tourists? Here? Today? No way. What did they look like? Did they have blonde hair? Were they cool? I'm not sure. We don't know that much about it. Guess that means you haven't seen them either, though. Yeah, I guess they didn't come this way. Hey now, you two better not be thinking of following them around to gup. You don't want them to think we're all unsophisticated louts out here, do you? Are you just asking whether they were cool or not? I don't know what you're talking about. But if you see them, you'll come tell me, right? Right? Okay, we will. Man, I sure hope I run into those foreigners before they leave. She's not even trying to hide what she really thinks anymore. You heard about the two Alma divers from the mainland who went missing? Of course I have. They evidently disappeared one right after the other. I guess it's a reminder of just how dangerous the sea can be. Hearing news like this is always pretty sobering. Do you think they were just accidents? Well, some of the other divers think it's a sign that something bad's gonna happen. You should probably keep quiet about this, Yuza. Start bringing it up, people will get suspicious. It's probably true, yeah. Personally, though, I think they were probably just unfortunate accidents. I hope they're both found safe and sound. Okay, that's everything. Oh, is that all? I'll be getting back to work then. I've been, like, everywhere. Oh, okay, so she's gone now. Old man Wakamura, you mind if we ask you something real quick?
Just one thing after another today. What now?
Zami, and the Minakuchi boy. Or from Chia, you two went out in the bay to do some diving earlier. I got a bone to pick with you. There's no time like the present. Okay. So, boy, you serious about wanting to become an Alma diver? Huh? I thought first you'd come here to get my permission to dive. No, I hear you've been running around looking into Mermaid and Kuchi. What's the meaning of this? No, it's not like that. I really do want to become an Alma diver. Bah! Oh, likely story. I bet you're looking to clear your mom's name just to get everyone off your back. Am I wrong? Anyway, my point is, no more sticking your nose where it don't belong. Got it? Most of all, no becoming an Alma diver. So mean. Shinobu Wakamura. I can't think of a good voice for this guy. So, I give up on becoming an Alma diver and fall in line. Will you tell me about my mom? All this sniffing around you're doing sure ain't falling in line, that's for sure. Besides, you should be asking Tsuyu about all this business, not me. She gotta know more than I do. Oh. So Tsuyu really does know more than she's letting on. Gran said she doesn't know anything about my mom, though. Huh. She even said that to you? What do you mean? Well, I don't know that much myself. She's always been tight-lipped about Mermaid Minakuchi. Where she came from, what's her deal was.
You've been saying Yuza's mom was to blame for the massive storm even though you don't know for sure?
See, you said nothing to deny it. Speaks for itself, don't it? You don't like when you're here, and you should go ask Tsuyu about it yourself. Okay. Mr. Wakamura, what is the Raging Waves curse bearer? What? Where did you hear about that? It's gotta be Shotaro. Boy never could keep his mouth shut.
Here it is some sort of curse that whips the waves in a frenzy.
Does something like that really exist?
It does. The Southern Sea disaster 5 years ago was caused by the very same curse. The curse of the raging waves. And your mother, Minakuchi, was the one who brought it down on us. That storm was no natural disaster. It was entirely preventable. We'd only stopped her from going to the bay that day. Kamishima wouldn't have had to suffer such a tragedy.
What?
My mom would never have done something like that. Just because you don't remember don't mean she wasn't up to something out there. As to whether it was intentional or not, who can say? It don't make a difference either way.
I don't get how you can say Miss Mare was a curse bearer or whatever if you didn't know anything about her. Do you have any proof?
Proof? You got the words of a trustworthy sorcerer backing me up. Or I've got the words. That's all the proof I need.
Sorcerer? You're basing all this on what some woo-woo wizard said? Give me a break!
Woo-woo wizard!
You can believe what you like. Don't change the fact that curses and spirits are as real as anything else. I don't have time to butt heads with you two, and I know what I'm saying is the honest truth.
Looks like there's no point in trying to change his mind. Old man's as stubborn as a mule.
So you really think there's a storm coming, and that storm is caused by a curse? Of course I do. Some fellow who said they were with the police dropped by to warn me about it yesterday, in fact.
The police?
Why would the police be warning you about a curse? I reckon they were just phonies trying to take advantage of the curse on their own benefit. But even you two must have noticed that rumbling coming from the sea the last few days, right? It's proof the curse of the raging waves is getting stronger.
So that's why you've been telling everyone to stop taking their boats
Ad
out
break incoming.
Prepare for a storm.
Sure is. Naturally, I can't just come out and say it's cause of a curse. There's no telling when or where it'll rear its head. It's too dangerous to go out in the water in these circumstances.
Even so, we'll have to take our boats out again eventually. We can't keep off the sea forever.
You're damn tootin', which is why I gotta find a way to stop the curse as soon as possible. Why would a curse be affecting the sea around here, though?
Seems like you two still don't believe me. Fine, let's see if this will change your mind.
A long time back, there used to be another island to the south here. Taishima, it was called.
I break. Now's a good time to stretch, grab a drink, go to the bathroom. I'm gonna rest my voice. So be right back after the ad. Hello, hello. Welcome back from the ads. Need my voice to rest for a minute.
Taishima. This is the first I've ever heard of it. Say it was devastated by an earthquake and tsunami nearly 400 years ago. But the truth of the matter is that raiders overran the island and slaughtered every last one of the people who lived there. Murdered islanders' resentment gave rise to the curse of the raging waves. The resulting storm and tsunami sank the island to the bottom of the sea, raiders and all.
Is that true?
That curse is still rolling about in seas near here to this very day. Just one little push and that storm could come barreling down on Kamishima next. Push. Something that would awaken the islanders' anger again, such as someone with ties to those raiders, say a descendant of theirs, drawn near to where Taishima was. A descendant. Wait. You saying my mom was a descendant of the raiders who attacked Taishima? Sure am. As her son, you share her blood. But how could that... Only natural everyone would see you as a bad omen, no? Really didn't want you back on the island, you know. should be grateful I didn't have you shipped back to the mainland on the next ferry.
You're telling me that's how everyone's seen Yuza and his folks all this time?
It's fine, Izami. Let's hear the rest of what he has to say. Are you saying the reason for the curse, for the raging waves, reawakened is because it came back to Kamishima? Nah, besides even before you came back. So the direct cause was probably something else. Still don't change the fact you're a bad omen, though.
How are you even planning to stop the curse?
That ain't none of your concern. Just sit tight at home and stay out of my way. And I don't want to hear any more about you going out to sea. Are we clear? And that's all I'm gonna say on the matter. Should be clear now just how much of a danger you are to the island. Now get yourselves home and stay put.
Seems like that's all we're gonna get out of him. Maybe we could ask Tsuyu about what we just heard. She might be able to tell us more. Oh, was there something else you needed, Yuza?
By the way, Gran, we just went to talk to Mr. Wakamura, and there's something we wanted to ask you about.
What was that? My hearing's been a bit off recently, you see.
Please don't say that. A lot of Alma divers have ear problems, so it's not really a laughing matter.
Someone has no sense of humor.
So, do you know that everyone thought Mom was the Raging Waves curse bearer?
Wow, I'm impressed you managed to say that without stuttering.
See, I've heard of it before.
No drat, me and my big mouth.
He said Mom was descended from one of those who first called forth the curse, or something like that. And that's why everyone is so concerned with what I get up to. Is it true, though?
Well, if you know that much, I suppose I could tell you the truth. If I just rest up a bit, I'll be up and around again in no time. I want the two of you to come to the southern bay later, once the sun's gone down.
Right. Thanks, Gran.
You can't tell us about it now? I think it'd be easier to show you what I mean.
Okay, we'll be at the bay at sundown. But if you're not feeling up to it, don't push yourself, okay?
No need to rush now. I'll tell you everything later. You'll want to prepare yourselves for this one.
Okay. We're going out again for a bit, Gran.
Got it. You two take care, okay?
Now. Okay.
Guess no one's here right now.
Yeah, let's try somewhere else. Oh, goodness.
Ah, Chie.
You two again. Still wandering around, poking your noses into business you shouldn't be. How about you stop messing around and just give up already? There's nothing you do is gonna make me change my mind.
I'm saying this for the sake as much as anyone else's, Minakuchi boy. Try to understand my position, eh?
For my sake.
You managed to survive that disaster.
Words.
You managed to survive that disaster 5 years ago. Some would call it a miracle, even. I wouldn't do it. It wouldn't do to see that miracle go to waste, would it? Maybe if I flew off the handle a bit earlier, ended up coming off a bit stronger than I meant to. I can't tell you anything about your mother, but believe me when I say it's best you let sleeping dogs lie. I said it before, I'll say it again. No diving! My stance there hasn't changed a bit, you hear me?
Damn, guess that's that.
By the by, where'd you go diving today? Well... Yuza wanted a particular spot, so he went about 5 kilometers south of the island. Say what?
were you thinking, diving in the southern sea of all places? You got even less sense than I thought. You know full well that everyone avoids that area because of the disaster 5 years ago. Yeah, I know. But Azami and I both lost family in the disaster too. We want to take the chance to pay our respects. Well, I can't say I don't get how you feel. The strange rumbling I tell you about is coming from the south. Just do me a favor and stay away from the sea, alright? Alright. Ain't gonna get nothing from me there. Oh, I almost forgot to ask. Have the 2 foreign tourists come by here at all? Sure did. Saw them just now, actually. What? Do you know where they went? Looked like they were headed to the lighthouse from what I could tell. Lighthouse, huh? Gotcha. Lighthouse! Lighthouse on the eastern side of Kamishima, the narrow passage between Cape Irago and Kamishima has long been known to be difficult to navigate, particularly at night. So much so that it has been featured alongside the whirlpools of Awa and the Ondo no Seto Strait in sailor songs about the most feared waterways. Following its construction in the Meiji area, spurred by reports of warships striking reefs in the area, the lighthouse has continued to stand watch over the waters of the island, ensuring safe passage to all who travel them. Go follow them around just cause we don't see any foreign folk around these parts, you hear? Gee, we heard that 2 Alma divers from the mainland went missing in some sort of accident. You heard right. You think that's a bad omen as well? I do. I'm all aware of just how dangerous the sea can be. 2 divers getting caught up in accidents, going missing one right after another. That tells me something's off with the sea itself. Something's going on in the sea around these parts. Mark my words. This is about how Yuzu's mom caused that curse? Curse of the raging waves or whatever? So you already know. I heard it all from Shinobu, I'll wager. Do you believe in the curse, Mrs. Chie? Of course I do. At the very least, I know it's not some old wives' tale. I'm not saying you have to believe it too, though. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to talk bad about the woman or anything. But there was obviously something up with Mare Mitakuchi 5 years back. She always seemed anxious and on edge, and then the disaster struck. Might be I'm just reading too much into it, but I can't shake these doubts of mine either. We all done here? You two should leave dealing with island matters to Shinobu from now on. Keep your heads down and stay out of trouble, you hear? Yeah. Well, that was something. She's a bad person at heart. She sure is stubborn. Yeah. Oh. It looks like we found them. It looks like them, alright. Excuse me. Ring? If my eyes deceive me, could these young islanders have come all the way here to talk to us? Welcome, welcome to Kamishima Lighthouse. There's not much here, but please make yourselves at home. Thanks for having us. Why is he the one welcoming us?
It's because most people have been avoiding him. He's excited someone finally wants to talk.
Oh. Anyway, we were wondering if you could spare a moment to talk. Wait, before you do, shall we play a game? I want to guess why you've come to talk to us. May I? Sure. Probably is safe to assume you've been making the rounds here, asking questions. Indeed, it is most likely hearing such news that incited you to climb all the way here to meet us, which means... I got it! We're almost certainly done something to offend the good people of this island. Committed some manner of
ill-mannered faux pas. You must have come to tell us that the lighthouse is off limits to everyone except authorized personnel.
Actually, no.
That facial expression is funny. that reaction, what the fuck?
Ah, the bitter taste of failure. And thus does my stint as expiring detective end in ignominy. See, the whole show was kind of a social faux pas, at least.
Don't worry, he's always like this. He'll bounce back in no time.
I see. You must be pretty resilient. Since you didn't guess right, do you mind if I continue?
Oh ho! Asking my permission, are we? Well then, by all means, permission granted.
Thank you,
Ah yes, my name is Arnav Barnum. You can call me Avi, as a sign of our newfound friendship, and also because I like it better.
Arnav.
Okay then, Avi.
Ah, such a pleasant ring to it, and what can I do for you, young man?
Would this girl be your daughter?
Not quite. Miss Circe Lunarlight here is a distant relative of mine.
Yes, Miss Circe Lunarlight would be me. Nice to meet you.
I'm Yuzo Mitakuchi, a resident of Kamishima, and this is...
Azami Kamui. Nice to meet you. Yuza and Azami, eh? The pleasure's mine. Wait. Minakuchi?
So what brings you to Kamishima today?
I'm glad you asked, young Yuza. We were hoping to pick your brains on the topic as well. There wouldn't happen to be any legends concerning mermaids passed down on this island, would there? So you really are looking for mermaids? Oh, indeed we are. You know what mermaids are, yes? I refer to, of course, the mythical half-human, half-fish creature.
Sure, we know that much at least.
Then I may be able to provide a modicum of additional information on the subject.
Additional information?
Well, you may be aware of the typical Western mermaid as envisioned as having the lower half of a fish and top half of a human woman. It's thought that this interpretation has its origins in another sea monster, the siren of Greek mythology. Their claim to fame is surfacing near reefs and bewitching sailors with their beautiful voices. Andersen's fairy tale, The Little Mermaid, is a famous example of this type of mermaid. Indeed! It caused this image to enter common knowledge. Yeah, that's what comes to mind when I think of mermaids too. A typical mermaid, right? Ah, but the mermaid that appears in an ancient Japanese folklore is quite different. This mermaid has only the head of a human, with the rest of its body being a fish. It appears it was seen more as an evil spirit or a yokai in nature. The legend that eating its flesh will grant immortality also implies that it was seen as more fish than human. Sure, that makes sense. People would definitely think twice about eating something like human, huh? This isn't to say there's a difference in Eastern and Western interpretations of mermaids, mind you. One could rather assume that there are several different types of creatures that can be encompassed by the term mermaid. After all, there were also reports of more humanoid or demi-human mermaids being sighted in Japan in later years. Different types of mermaids, huh? Personally, I think lumping the two under the same appellation is a mistake. After all, they're two different creatures that just happen to share the same trait of being half fish, half human. It leads to misunderstandings when conflicting stories get passed down.
And the whole concept gets treated as occult malarkey. I think I see what you mean. Listening to you talk about them, it sounds like you believe mermaids really exist, Avi. But of course I do! After all, I didn't come to research mermaids. I came to look for mermaids! Bum bum bum! That is all very compelling. Isn't it? I think this is the first time someone's agreed with me on the matter.
They literally put bum 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 in the text dialogue.
Oh, so we piqued your interest, have we? I'm a fantasy writer by trade, with a reach spanning the Atlantic, from Bonnie, England to vast America.
Not that any of his books sell at all.
That's right, for some reason no one buys my novels. Quite the mystery, no? Alas, a fantasy writer has no need for mysteries. What's that? I earn more as an occult writer, so that might as well be my main job now? Humbug, I say. Stick a sock in it and mind your own beeswax.
I mean, no one asked, but okay.
I see.
In any case, I'm just your average free spirit. Footloose, fancy-free and all that. What's that? You're wondering if my bohemian nature is the reason I remain unattached and unwed.
Why are you telling me all these things about you that we didn't ask about? This character is so silly. It reminds me of the detective from the first game.
Oh my goodness.
Humbug, I say. Stick a sock in it and mind your own beeswax.
You seem to be enjoying yourself.
I am indeed. Why not give it a try for yourself? 1, 2, 3. Humbug, I say. Stick a...
I'm good, actually, thanks.
Impressive as it is. I can see doing this pose 3 times might have been a bit much. Yeah.
What is happening? What the fuck?
This guy sure is hard to keep up with. At any rate, I recently found myself with a pressing need to visit your fair country for research. Fortunately, young Circe here just happened to be studying in Japan and kindly agreed to accompany me as my guide. Guide? Indeed, she's quite the enthusiast when it comes to Japanese folklore and occult phenomenon, and such a pleasure to converse with as well.
Ise-shima is a deeply spiritual region full of sacred places. I'd always wanted to visit.
Past recollection chapter available. Arnav Barnum. It will unlock once all conditions are met.
I traveled around the mainland before coming here, but this place stands above and beyond. My nose almost started bleeding from the exhilaration. In fact, I think it did a bit.
Must have been really excited, huh? This is really that special compared to other places.
Of course! It wasn't called the land whither repair the waves from the eternal world for nothing, you know.
Land whither what?
What's this? You never heard it called that? It said that Yamatohime no Mikoto, the empress of ancient Japan, was searching for a suitable place to enshrine Amaterasu 2,000 years ago. She received a divine revelation that the waves around Ise province came from the eternal world, which led her to establish the Ise Grand Shrine. This eternal world is a separate realm from the world in which we live. Some describe it as a perpetual paradise.
Whoa, you're gonna have to slow down there a bit, so, what does that mean exactly?
I learned about it in our local history classes, remember?
Oh, yeah, I think I remember. Sorta. Basically, Issei is such a sacred place. Even the ancient gods took a liking to it, right?
Exactly. It has such an enchanting vibe. Just being here is enough to have my nose gushing all day long.
But the residents wouldn't be feeling too hot if our noses kept bleeding all the time. One thing's for sure, though. You seem to really like Ise-shima. As a local, I'm super happy to hear that.
Abe, a fantasy author and cult journalist whose books are published in both America and England, but they apparently don't sell well. Unmarried, he has apparently come to Japan in search of mermaids. Exchange student, 15 years old, a young girl from England, currently on exchange in Japan, seems to harbor an ardent interest in Japanese folklore and occult stories.
Will you be staying on Kamishima tonight? If you need somewhere to stay, I know a few places.
We've actually already booked a guest house back on the mainland. We'll be taking the last ferry back after this.
Oh, I guess you don't have much time left then, huh?
And that brings me to my next question. You wouldn't happen to have any local info on mermaids, would you? Unfortunately, I've never heard of any folklore about mermaids here. I see. That would align with the answers we've received to our other inquiries thus far. And it would seem our investigation has branded us as certified weirdos. Most everyone now turns us a blind eye as well as a deaf ear.
Well, it's probably not just because of that.
I mean, isn't there supposed to be a huge occult craze going on in Japan right now? I assumed everyone would be jumping at the chance to discuss cryptids.
Pretty sure that's just a small group of enthusiasts getting worked up. A very local minority, yeah?
If you're that interested in the occult, what brought you all the way to Kamishima? Do you have a reason to believe mermaids could be found here? An excellent question! I do indeed! More precisely, I had reason to believe they could be found around Taishima, an island that no longer exists. Taishima. Indeed. I obtained this information through personal research, so I imagine it's not common knowledge. But some say that there were 3 mermaids, Sobe, Nagame, and Hayase, living in the sea around Taishima 400 or so years ago. 3 of them. And you even know their names.
We didn't even know Taishima existed until today.
It seems a deliberate decision was made not to leave any records of Taishima's existence, which would obviously lead one to believe something is being concealed. On that note, did you know that records remain of several other sightings of mermaids in Ise Bay?
What? Really?
That's right! Legends about mermaids exist throughout Japan, and this region is no exception. In particular, there are reports of mermaids having been discovered in Sioux City and Ise City, both of which border Ise Bay.
Whoa, I had no idea.
I've jotted down some notes on these legends, so please take a look if you're interested.
The Mermaids of Betsuho. According to the Kokon Komonju, a collection of notable tales, old and new, an anthology of spoken stories compiled in the 13th century, 3 mermaids were discovered caught in a fisherman's net in Betsuho in Ise Province, modern-day Nakabeppo, Kawage Town in Sioux City. The Mermaid of Futamigara. There are a total of 6 mermaid sightings mentioned in the Kagenki, the ancient annals of Horyuji Temple, covering the latter half of the Kamakura period to the Nanbokucho period. One of these entries describes a mermaid sighting in Futami, Ise Province, modern-day Futami Town in Ise City, in the 2nd year of Inbun era, 1357. The mermaid was subsequently named Enmeiju, a name composed of characters affiliated with long life. Ano Town's Yao Bikuni. Although the exact time period is unclear, legend tells of a girl named Osato from Kusawa in Ano Town of Age District, who became immortal after eating the flesh of a mermaid and went on to become Yao Bikuni, a nun who lived for 800 years. 3 mermaids of Taishima. While this information is not recorded in any literature, according to Abe's research, 3 mermaids, Sobe, Nagame, and Hayase, reportedly lived on Taishima, an island said to have sunk about 400 years ago. Thanks. This is all very interesting. So which type of mermaid are you looking for, Avi? Well, it seems a lot of mermaid sightings around Issei Bay were fish mermaids. Fish mermaids? But the mermaid sightings around Taishima were apparently the human mermaid sort. So it stands to reason that that any mermaids around here would be human mermaids as well. Human mermaids, you mean the sort that are closer to humans than fish, right? Indeed, the ones closer to fish, meanwhile, are known as fish mermaids, or that's what I call them anyway. Let's see.
I don't know whether that makes it easier to understand or more complicated.
In that case, mermaids whose flesh would make you immortal if you eat it would have to be fish mermaids then, right? Another fine question. It is indeed difficult to imagine people eating the flesh of human mermaids. But I personally believe that human mermaids also have the power to bestow immortality on people. Oh, I wonder. How about another refresher on myth and legend? Are either of you familiar with a place called Ryugu? Ryugu?
Is it related to the Ryugu Palace that appears in the tale of Urashima Taro?
Just so! It could well be considered the inspiration for the undersea palace in that familiar fairy tale.
Whoa, I was right.
There's so much reading! Oh my god! That's one thing that So I love the first game. I love the first Paranormasight game. There is so much reading to do in the beginning, because it's like establishing like a bunch of stuff. And I feel like this one in particular has so much backstory reading. I don't know why this one in particular has so much. I think because it's trying to like get all the stuff laid out for what's about to happen later in the game. I feel like there's just so much reading. Ishitoshi Tsukioka, Urashima Taro, returning home from the Palace of the Dragon King excerpt, adapted from Tokyo Metropolitan Library Collection. Long ago, a youth by the name of Urashima Taro lived in a village by the sea. One day, upon rescuing a sea turtle that was being bullied on the beach, Taro was amazed when the turtle thanked him by inviting him to Ryugu Palace, the legendary undersea palace of the Dragon King. As a token of gratitude for his kindness, Ryugu Palace was a wondrous place with a beauty unlike anything found on the surface world. The princess of Ryugu Palace, Otohime, received him with great hospitality. Taro spent his days treated to elegant dances performed by sea breams and flounders, and satisfied by extravagant feasts, spending his days as if in a dream. After spending some time enjoying his luxurious lifestyle, Taro began to miss his village. He asked Otohime for permission to return home, and although sad to see him go, the princess granted his request. As a parting gift, she handed him a mysterious box, a tamate bako, but warned him never to open it. Thinking this strange, but agreeing to Otohime's request nonetheless, Taro accepted the tamate bako and set out back towards his village on Turtleback. On reaching the village, Taro realized everything was different. The house he had lived in was gone, and there was no sign of his parents or anyone he had known. What he had believed to be just a short sojourn in Ryugu Palace had in fact been several hundred years on the surface, and the village and people he had once known were no more. Overcome with despair, Taro turned to the tamate bako he had been gifted in a final grasp of hope. As he opened the box, a thick white smoke engulfed him, and in that instant, the 100 of years that had passed caught up with him, turning him into an old man. Okay. The Ryu dragon surely refers to the god of the sea. It's not uncommon for deities associated with water to be serpentine in nature. This would then make Ryugu the palace where the god of the sea resides, the palace of the Dragon King.
Huh, I had no idea Ryugu Palace was based on something else.
Ryugu is known for being home to the priestesses who attend the god of the sea. These women are collectively referred to as Otohime.
Oh yeah, Princess Otohime appeared in the tale of Urashima Taro, didn't she?
Yeah, but she was described as the ruler of the Ryugu Palace in the fairy tale. She was actually a priestess. A slight embellishment to make for a more interesting story, I assume. Hardly uncommon. There's also another interesting theory about the Otohime of Ryugu. It is said they were half fish, half human women in appearance. In other words, they were mermaids. Oh. Well, what's that I hear you say? That's all well and good, but where is this Ryugu place anyway? You want to know? You're dying to know, aren't you? Very well. Well, then take it away, Circe.
Ah, right. As a matter of fact, Ryugu is said to be the exact same place as the Eternal World I mentioned earlier.
Whoa, really? In other words, the sea around Issei, which is said to consist of waves from the Eternal World, is in fact the location of Ryugu. And Ryugu is home to the Otohime Mermaids, right?
That's right. What's more, priestesses who live in a land said to be an eternal paradise. It wouldn't be that odd if they had some sort of power to grant immortality to humans. Even in the tale of Urashima Taro, Princess Otohime displayed an ability to influence the physical age of other people using the Tamate Bako. The story has its basis in the ability of mermaids to influence human lifespans. That power of hers makes a lot more sense, don't you think?
I see. So that's why you think human mermaids are able to grant immortality even without eating their flesh. Oh ho ho! You see! Intriguing, is it not? But how would you even get to Ryugu? Aha! What creature would was responsible for bringing Urashima Taro to Ryugu in the eponymous tale? That's right, a turtle, or kame. And what is the name of the island we're currently standing upon? Oh, Kamishima. And there you have the reason for our visit. Do you believe there might be some clue as to how to get to Ryugu hidden on Kamishima? The Kamishima really have some sort of link to Ryugu. Tales of Ryugu, the abode of the god of the sea, exist in every area of Japan. Posited by some theorists to be the eternal world of legend, it is said to be a perpetual paradise connected to this world via the seabed that bestows everlasting youth and unnatural longevity to those who live there. Some tales also equate Ryugu with the underworld, the place where the dead journey after death. The tale of Urashima Taro, about a youth who was invited to the C4 Palace of Ryugu as thanks for rescuing a turtle, led to Ryugu's name becoming widely known throughout the country. In the story, a princess called Otohime serves as ruler of Ryugu Palace, but Otohime originally referred to priestesses serving the god of the sea who presided over Ryugu. What? By the way, Yuza. Yeah? You said your name was Yuza Minakuchi, correct? Yes, that's right. Are you familiar with an individual by the name of Mare Minakuchi? Huh? Mare Minakuchi was my mom. She passed away in an accident 5 years ago. Ah! I apologize for the indiscretion. My condolences. 5 years ago. You wouldn't happen to have inherited anything from your mother, would you? No, but what do you mean? Why do you know about my mom? Does she have some sort of connection to mermaids? Ah, well, this is more related to my personal research, so I can't say for sure. Please, tell me. I'm also looking for mermaids. If you know anything, I have to know. Well, now, you've certainly grown lively all of a sudden. Let's calm down a bit, Regrettably, the only lead I have is a rumor that suggests the connection between mermaids and Mare Minakuchi. A rumor? From where? Oh, you want to know? Well, I suppose you would, wouldn't you? Very well. I'll tell you. I heard it from a descendant of the islanders who used to call Taishima home. What? Someone survived the disaster that sunk Taishima, and their descendants are still around today. Long story short, yes. Isn't it fascinating? This particular individual was also the one who told me about the 3 mermaids who were said to have lived on Taishima. I see. By the by, if you're also seeking mermaids, you must have some information of your own, yes? Surely this one-sided exchange of knowledge wounds your good conscience. Allow me to remedy that by accepting any information you have. Yuza. Yeah, this is our best lead yet. Let's share what information we can. You see. Oh,
Oh, so you were saved by a mermaid during the disaster 5 years ago. And you believe the mermaid in question might have been your mother. Yeah, I know it sounds pretty far-fetched. And I know some of it probably comes from me wanting her to still be alive. Oh! Oh no! On the contrary, I find it very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Why, you ask? Why? There's a rumor about one of the 3 mermaids who used to live around Taishima. They say she took on human form several decades ago and has lived among humans ever since. What? No way.
That would fit perfectly with our theory.
Come and be surprised as well. Well, this is my surprised face, by the way. It would be very interesting that it was... if that was the case.
Sorry, Abby. I think I'm at my limit.
Oh my, that bad, is it?
Is something wrong?
My apologies. As much as I wish we could talk more, it would appear we're out of time. I'm afraid we must bid you goodbye for today.
Now that you mention it, if you're looking to make the last ferry, you'll probably want to be heading back soon.
Wait, this is the most promising lead we found. You can stay a bit longer. Believe me, I'd love to continue our chat too, but the little lady's been feeling a bit under the weather ever since we arrived here, you see. I'm sorry to hear that. You're not going to get another nosebleed. If you're feeling that bad, maybe you should stay for the night after all.
Thank you. I'm just about holding the nosebleed in. But I really should get off the island as soon as possible. Ever since arriving here, I've had this feeling that some terrible calamity is approaching.
Calamity? You can't mean... Oh, I forgot to mention. Young Cersei here is a bit sensitive to things in that sphere, if you catch my drift. Oh, okay, but... As reluctant as I am to part ways, we really must go. Many thanks for the information you shared, and never fear. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Yuza. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Avi! You rang! If you happen to find any more leads on mermaids today, could you let me know as soon as possible? Please. Oh, I didn't expect you to be that interested. Very well. If I hear anything else, I'll be sure to let you know. If you could give me your contact information, perhaps. Thank you.
Man, that sure was a stroke of good luck. I never thought they'd have so much info for us. We managed to learn a lot, but it seems like getting any more from them today will be a bit tough.
I really need that information by tomorrow, though. Okay, I think I've hit my limit of talking and doing voices for now. I think I'm gonna have to end for now. My throat is killing me. And I've been reading a lot. I also do have game tonight, so I can't stay on much longer anyway.
Appreciate you all so much. I'm sorry I can't stay a little bit longer, but my throat is hurting. I don't think I'll be streaming for the rest of the weekend, but I will put out my schedule on Monday for next week. Hope you all had fun. Hope you all are enjoying the game.
I am. I think it's just a bit dense right now with all the information. There's just a lot of, like, back information that I'm trying to, like, take into my brain. I'm trying to kind of wrap my head around everything that's going on that's connected to what's happening currently. There's a lot of, like, past information that they're trying to give you, while also things that are currently happening. So I'm trying to connect those and remember them. So I'm hoping that it will all click together at some point. But I think it will. It was kind of like that for the first game. I feel like there's a lot like more information in this game, but I'm sure it'll all wrap up together nicely. I'm interested in seeing if they have the like powers that they had last time, like with the I can't remember what they were called, little charms. But yeah, mermaids. Maybe. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I appreciate you. Make sure you self-care. Take care of yourselves. Hydrate, eat, get plenty of rest, and know that I appreciate you. We're gonna go ahead and raid DLC Pop. They're playing some Marvel Rivals. So if you want some drops, those are enabled. I think it's an Ultron skin, banner, emote, and spray right now. If you would like any of those. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you. And I will see you next time. Here's the raid message if you don't have my emotes. Here's the raid message if you do have my emotes. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye! Bye-bye! Bye-bye!